What if I told you that building wealth isn't really about luck or some kind of secret genius? What if it's just about following a set of simple, learnable rules? Well, today, we're going to unlock the core secrets from Richard Templer's classic, The Rules of Wealth, and turn them into your personal 5-minute roadmap. So, let's start with the big question. Is getting wealthy like winning the lottery? Or is it a skill, something you can actually practice and get good at? How you answer that really can shape your whole financial future. We're often told it's one or the other, but what if there's a third option? What if there's a blueprint anyone can follow?
So here's the big idea from Richard Templer. Wealth isn't some mystical force. It's a system. It's a code that can be cracked. And the most empowering part? These rules aren't hidden away for a select few. They're available to literally everyone. So let's get into it and start breaking that code.
Okay, first things first. Forget everything you think you know about getting rich. The first step, it's not about picking stocks or making a budget. Nope, it's all a mental game. We're about to tear down your old financial programming and rebuild it from the ground up.
Just look at these two columns for a second. On the left, you've got what Templer calls nonsense beliefs. This is the mental poison that keeps so many people stuck. And on the right, the correct beliefs. That's the antidote. The very first rule of wealth is to consciously, deliberately choose the right column. You have to give yourself permission to want this, to believe you're worthy of it. Seriously, that one little mental shift, that's where it all begins.
Now this quote, this is going to change the way you see money forever. Wealth isn't some reward you get for being a good person. It's a consequence. It's the natural result of making smart decisions and taking action over and over again. The universe doesn't care if you think you deserve it. It responds to what you do.
So, let me ask you, what does rich actually mean to you? Is it a specific number in a bank account? Is it being able to travel whenever you want? Or is it just the peace of mind of knowing all your bills are paid? See, until you define your destination, you're just wandering. The wealthy, they have a map. It's time for you to draw yours.
All right, now that we've started to get our mindset right for success, it's time to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty. Let's move from just thinking about it to actually doing it. Let's talk about the practical strategies for building and growing your fortune.
This right here, this is the bedrock of it all. Step 1, know exactly where you are financially. 2, have a plan. Any good plan today is better than waiting for a perfect one. And 3, spend less than you earn. It sounds so simple, almost too simple. But this is the absolute foundation of all wealth. If you can master these 3 steps, you are already way ahead of most people.
Now, here's a tough pill to swallow. Your salary, on its own, will probably never make you truly rich. Real life-changing wealth is almost always created in the world of deals, buying and selling things. Think of it this way. A salary is basically you renting out your time. A deal is about owning a piece of the value that's being created. It's time to stop just trading time for money and start making your money work for you.
The age-old debate, property or stocks. Look, property is great. It offers security, you can literally live in it, but it's also expensive and hard to sell quickly. Shares, on the other hand, they've historically had higher returns over the long haul, and you can spread your risk out way easier. Why? Well, because they represent ownership in actual businesses that are constantly trying to grow. The key isn't to pick one over the other, but to understand what each does best and build a portfolio that's right for you. Okay, the rule of 72 is like your secret weapon for cutting through all the investment hype. It's a super simple bit of math. Just divide the number 72 by the annual interest rate you're getting. The answer is roughly how many years it'll take to double your money. So if someone promises a 10% return, bam, that's about 7.2 years. A 3% return, that's 24 years. It's a gut check you can do in 2 seconds to make way smarter decisions. Building wealth is really only half the battle. The real challenge, the one that most people never even prepare for, is how to keep it and then how to use it to create a meaningful legacy. So in this final section, we're going to explore the art of staying wealthy and sharing that abundance. Forget the flashy cars and giant watches. True wealth whispers, it doesn't shout. It's about a quiet confidence, an understated elegance, and really, the freedom to just live life on your own terms. This isn't about trying to impress other people, it's about being secure in yourself and what you've built. And right on the heels of that idea comes this one, its perfect partner. Wealth isn't just for piling up in a bank account.
It's about making a difference. It's about using your resources to create a better world for yourself, for your family, for your community. The ultimate measure of your wealth isn't what you have, it's what you do with it.
All right, now this one's a bit controversial, so brace yourself. Templar's advice for raising financially responsible kids is to let them experience a little controlled hardship. Teach them to budget with an allowance, make them justify their spending, make them understand the value of a dollar. It's not about being a tyrant, it's about preparing them for the real world so they can go out and build their own wealth.
So, we've walked the path. We went from completely reprogramming your mindset to taking real, concrete actions, and finally to creating a lasting legacy. You now have the blueprint, the roadmap for building a life of abundance. But remember, a map is pretty useless if you don't actually take that first step.
This right here might be the single most important rule in the entire book. Knowledge without action is completely worthless. You can read all the books, watch all the videos, but if you don't actually do anything, well, nothing is ever going to change. The time for learning is over. The time for action is right now.
So I'm asking you, what's it gonna be? What's the one rule you will apply today? Will you finally sit down and define what wealth means to you? Will you do that financial audit you've been putting off? Maybe just calculate the rule of 72 on one of your investments. Choose one rule, just one, and commit to taking action on it today. Your journey to wealth begins the very moment you do.